Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I have some poly/reverse harem recommendations for you. So these are stories where all of the people are together in one relationship or one person is with a bunch of people, dynamics like that. So the first recommendation that I have for you is Broderick by Katie Robert. This is a book in her Sabine Valley series, and this has a triad and it's extremely sexy. This whole series is, I believe, poly. All of the couples are poly. It follows this like mafia-esque storyline. In the first one, he fights in this event to win the brides of other factions for his brothers, and the marriage lasts 1 year and it's like peace amongst all of the factions, and it's extremely sexy. This one has kind of a like hate dynamic between several of the characters, so there's a lot of hate fucking in here. Very sexy. The next recommendation that I have for you is another triad, and that is Treble by Rosie Adams. A married couple who both are interested in this woman, and they go, like, she is going on a date with the male in the marriage, and she tells him, I just want to make sure that you're really poly and that your wife agrees, so like, can you bring her along? And they come to find out that the wife is also someone that she was interested in and friends with externally from the marriage. So they have one night together with just the three of them, and then their relationship goes from there. In spectacular Rosie Adams fashion, it's incredibly sexy, very sweet, and they just like take care of each other very well. So then we have A Lesson in Thorns, and this one starts out as like a group dynamic and then it goes into the different poly relationships. I think there's a poly relationship at its core, and then there's separate two-person relationships. It's about a group of friends who had previous experiences at this like place called Thorn Chapel, and it's supposed to be this place that is like imbued in magic, and the owner of Thorn Chapel calls them all back because he's renovating and he needs their particular skill sets. So he calls them back and they discover some secrets about their families and Thorn Chapel, and it involves a lot of scenes together. So then we have the Bloodline Vampires series by Katie Robert. This is a vampire series about, in the first one, the girl is a half human, half vampire, and she doesn't have any powers. So she is sold to a bloodline vampire by her dad to make sure that she begets him an heir that is like an heir of a bloodline vampire. And bloodline vampires are powerful. They're like the original vampires. They weren't turned, they were just like there, I guess. And this one is with her and three other bloodline vampires, and the first one is a lot of sex and she's just kind of getting introduced to the guys, and then the plot goes on from there. And then the last recommendation that I have for you is another vampire romance, and it is the Queen Takes Night series. So in the first one, she is on the run from an event that happened in her past, and she is tracked down by these two guys that can smell her blood. And she finds out that she is actually a vampire queen, and her first night with these guys, they have a threesome. And then as the series goes on, she takes on more and more guys, and that's kind of what the series is about. It's like the plot and then also that. So these are the recommendations that I have for you. Let me know down in the comments if you have read any of these, or if you have some poly reverse harem recommendations for me. These are just some of the ones that I have read and loved. Other than that, thanks so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in my next one.
Sitting in silence, we still feel the vibe, and you could not say a word, and I know what you just decided. We'd be right